Hi everybody, Chris Reimer here. Welcome to episode 10 of Happy Work TV. Today we are going to discuss commitment 8 out of the 46 commitments that are in my new book coming out in a little over 90 days called Happy Work. One thing I've not mentioned to you guys is these commitments, and they come in the form of, I guess, what I've called a work code of conduct or an agreement, and it's actually called the Happy Work Agreement. I haven't mentioned that so far. I don't know why. I should probably do a video where I discuss the whole idea of having such an agreement, a work code of conduct that's designed to break down barriers and foster communication and help people cooperate and help people stop doing all the little annoying things that get on our nerves, coupled with the really, really big, awful things that make us run home crying from work. So I will probably talk a little bit more about the Happy Work Agreement as it's known in a future episode. But commitment 8 in the Happy Work Agreement is a commitment that employers are making to employees. It's nice and short. We touched on it a little bit in the previous episode. Let me read it to you. An employer or a manager says this to their employees: I will not be afraid to hire employees who are smarter than me. It is the sign of a great manager and a confident owner. So we touched upon this a little bit last episode. Why doesn't this happen more often? If there's a company that struggles with this, why is that? And here's the thing. If you're running a company and the bigger and bigger you grow, the more you're going to have to let go. Sometimes people like to micromanage. They feel like if they're not managing it themselves, then it's not being measured or managed or taken care of, and an owner or a manager just feels like they've got to be hands-on. But as you grow, that gets harder and harder. Think about Richard Branson. I mean, how much do you think he's directly involved with all of the operations of all of his businesses? He's hired good people, hopefully, to be on the front lines. I'm sure they report to him, and he can probably only take so many of those reports. There's only 24 hours in a day. So he has hired people. My dog's here. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Come here. You want to be on air? There he is. You're a mess. You know that? He's obviously hired people to help him. And so he probably is not afraid. Never met the man. Hope to someday. He is probably not afraid to hire people smarter than him, at least in the areas where he doesn't excel. So, for instance, when I'm running a business now, someone else is going to be the accountant or the CPA. And so that person is probably going to be a better CPA than I ever was when I did it. I'm wondering if there's a little bit of ego involved. Again, we talked about that a little bit last episode, where not only do we not want to let go, maybe because we don't trust, but we also like to have a room full of people who are all looking up to us. And so, as potentially as owners or managers. So I'm not sure why this doesn't happen more often. I don't know why the smartest person doesn't always get hired, but I just found this to be so important that it had to go in there into the Happy Work Agreement. So you've been watching episode 10. I would love to hear. I know I'm forgetting something in this episode for one reason or another. It's probably because my animals there's literally a dog and a cat fighting right over here right now. Can you please stop? Just for a minute. Stop. I know I'm forgetting something. I just started this show. We're 10 episodes in, so I'm not getting a lot of comments yet, either on the blog or in the YouTube. But if you see this and you can think of a reason why more owners and managers and HR people don't try to hire people who are smarter than them, I'd like to hear your reasons. Episode 10 is in the books. A couple of things real quick. Please subscribe to my blog's newsletter. I've added a bunch of subscribers recently, which is great, but it's still like a woefully small list, my own fault. So all of these episodes will come directly into your inbox at 8 a.m. the day after I post them. So you can always unsubscribe, quite obviously, but I really need you. I need pre-orders of my book, Happy Work. It comes out on February 17th of next year. Probably don't have a whole lot of pre-orders yet. I am going to be coming out with a list of book buying bonuses if you buy 1, 3, 5, 10, and on up. So if you buy now, keep your receipt. You'll be able to turn in that receipt to get some free stuff from me. So see you in episode 11. Thanks, guys.